There is a good solution for everything, even for darkness. The best solution for darkness is to get a night vision device. Okay, today's episode will be about what a night vision device that costs only $14,000-15,000 forints might be like. I'm making this video because, to be honest, I didn't really want to make it, as I read a lot of good reviews about this gadget online, and I thought that some opposing opinions would definitely be needed. So in this video, you'll hear more about the bad things than the good things, but wait until the end because there will be a twist. Let's start with the good things. And by good things, I mostly mean the unboxing, because the manufacturer included a lot of accessories with the night vision device. We get a hard carrying case, a software pouch, a card reader, a memory card, and a USB cable. And even a small cleaning cloth to wipe the optics. So we get quite a lot, considering that it's really a cheap device. That's where the good things end, because when you take out the gadget itself, contrary to the pictures, you don't get something installed in a durable, rugged case, but rather a kind of a clunky, hard plastic casing, and, well, this doesn't bode well. Okay, but what can this device do? Well, according to the promises, quite a lot, as it has a relatively large sensor that allows us to record movies in 1080p at 30 FPS. We have a display at the back, a lens at the front, and an infrared illuminator here at the bottom. So with this gadget, we can take photos, record videos during the day, and also at night, because as I mentioned, this is a night vision device. We also get a memory card with it, as I mentioned, which the manufacturer provides. We can insert it into the bottom poke of the gadget and it will record onto this. The operation is not too complicated either. We can adjust the focus with this dial at the front. Scooped. On the top, there are 3 buttons. Okay. The top 2 allow us to adjust the zoom in daytime mode, and the brightness in nighttime mode. With the 3rd button, we can start recording, and there are 2 more buttons below. With one, we can view the recorded material on the small display, and with the other, we can turn the device on and off. Well, that's about it. There's only one thing left regarding the controls, which is how we can switch between day and night mode. It's really simple. You just need to press these 2 buttons, the up and down arrows, simultaneously. And then we switch from night to day mode, or vice versa. Well, that's about it, and that's the specification, the unboxing, and the accessories. So I'll quickly move on to the experiences and the test, because obviously I tested this gadget, and that's why I made this. I didn't expect too much from it, but what I got was even less. The situation is that the display they put in is only 240 pixels, although it's a color display, so the resolution is very poor, and the screen size is also very small. This results in the manual focus being incredibly difficult to set because the image is so small that we can't properly see the sharpness, and the recording won't always be sharp. The quality of the recording is already quite poor, and if we use the zoom, which is a digital zoom, it will obviously become even worse, since digital zoom essentially enlarges a part of the image to bring it closer to us. But the detail deteriorates terribly because the detail is already very bad. And if we worsen it further, well, I think you can see in the image what I'm talking about. Not to mention, if we use the software zoom, it's very difficult to keep the target in view, as the lens has a very narrow field of view. So what we want to watch keeps dancing out of the frame. But let's not use the software zoom because it's good for nothing. So overall, the daytime recordings, well, how should I put it? Well, it's crap. So to put it mildly, and I can't really find another word for it, it's not good, and you shouldn't want to use this as a camera unless you have absolutely no other device at hand, because any phone will make a much higher quality recording than this. After this, I started the night test. I went out to a really dark place. Luckily, there's such a place in our area. And to my greatest surprise, the device worked relatively normally as a night vision. Obviously, This tiny little display doesn't help much in seeing your surroundings, but it wasn't bad. The manufacturer claims that you can see up to 300 meters with it, which is nonsense. You cannot see 300 meters. This tiny little spotlight here at the bottom emits infrared light, which the device then detects, and that's what we will see. It's like a flashlight, like a medium flashlight, or a bit worse than a medium flashlight, so it doesn't illuminate to the ends of the earth, and we won't see everything for kilometers at night. We can see as far as this tiny infrared flashlight can illuminate. And well, that's not a very great distance. I would say that in normal quality, we can recognize things up to about 50-100 meters, after which we see nothing. Or rather, we see outlines, but we won't get a usable image. Interestingly, on the display, I might say that the image I see is a bit better than what the gadget ultimately records onto the card, because, unfortunately, the resolution isn't very strong here either. But I would say that in night mode, it's still acceptable. I know this video is a bit of a downer, but honestly, there's not much I can do about it, and my real goal here was just to share, alongside all the positive reviews, what this device is actually capable of. And with that, I still can't say, and here's the kicker, that you shouldn't buy it, because it's incredibly cheap. For hobby purposes, as a toy for kids, or for absolutely amateur activities, in my opinion, it's totally worth the price, as we can get it for under 15,000 forints. If nothing else, you can record videos with it, take photos, and, as I mentioned, its night vision function is quite usable up to a distance of 50-100 meters. So, if you want to observe wildlife at night from such a distance, like when they are nibbling on your fruit trees in the garden, this device is great for that. Especially since you can record the damage event and send it to the insurance company or the hunting association, who might even compensate for your damages if you're lucky. So for things like this, for such tasks, this gadget is absolutely good. However, if you watch the promotional video made by the manufacturer, don't believe it. Don't think that this gadget will be suitable for all kinds of professional tasks, hunting and other things, because unfortunately it won't. So, if despite this, and based on what you've seen, you are convinced and want to buy it, then obviously the link will be below the video where you can purchase it. If you don't want to buy it, then it doesn't matter where the link is. You can choose a new video from the two next to me, click there, watch that too, and then come back next week because I'll be back with another test. Until then, enjoy some pleasant night watching with my night vision. Bye.